Hello, hello. Okay, now it should be okay. Hello, can you hear me? I think you should. Good evening, people. Good evening to everyone. So today, I think it's an exciting moment because we are trying to move towards something that is a bit more visual. In particular, let's say being able to equip items in our character and also on NPCs. They should work exactly the same. And maybe if we can, starting to work a bit on combat. So I don't know if we will arrive there, but I want to import some assets, in particular shields and weapons, and ensure that we have yes, enough assets to be used as an example, and then think a bit about how we want to organize the combat. Okay, just to remind you, the last time we had a mission on spells, just as a recap, and this one has been fully completed. So we finished this one. Obviously, we didn't test everything. Okay, so hello, Sue. So we didn't test everything. So we don't know if any single spell, any single thing is working. Actually, probably not. But at least we enable the system. Okay, so we enable the system to cast spells, to research spells, to purify glyphs, and let's say with minimal glitches, actually the system works. There are some glitches that I know already, mainly moving the items through the slots and things. But let's say that if you know if you know the glitches, you are able to avoid them and you can use the interface perfectly. So you will need refinement, but at the moment I don't want to go into refinement mode. I want to be able to have all the system plugged in. So I think we should start a new file, right? A new mission file. So let me change that and call it Unreal Mission. Should we call it Combat? Because Combat seems already a bit too much. But okay, let's try. Let's call it Combat. But I think it will be made of many subsections. Okay, so many others. So I want to save it in PNG. Yes, like I saved all the others. Okay, let's call it Mission Combat. Okay, so we give some hope to everyone to see something cool, but I don't know if we will arrive there. So what we want to do, first of all, in our mission is to import some assets in particular, import some assets. Yeah, let's say import some shields. So that's the thing that I want to do now. So import some shield into Unreal because we have them, but we don't have them in the right format at the moment. So I have to do the import and maybe some fiddling with the textures. So the other mission is to let's say is to equip. I would like also to import some helms, by the way. Equip a shield and equip a weapon. Obviously this should be driven server side. Okay, so we don't want just to do it client side, and I mean we want to do it for real. We want to do this for real. And then I think that what I would like to do, I also would like to be able to equip a helm. So maybe we have to import it. And I want to be able to equip also a helm where I mean the trick is that it has to be scaled by the specific model, right? Specific character model. So basically it has to fit. That's the problem. We had a problem in the past with this, but now should not be any more a problem. Let me check something else meanwhile. I would like to open the chat so that I see what you're saying in a single page. Where is it? Here. Okay, there it is. We are streaming on Twitch and we are streaming on YouTube at the same time. So hello people from Twitch as well and from YouTube. So there is another, yeah, that's another mission. Then we want to say enable. This one is done already. Let me put it at the beginning because we did it already, so we can. So enable what you say is kind of combat mode or first person mode. I don't know how to call it. Let's call it combat mode, and then we will say. I mean combat mode with tab, which is basically the fact that you can switch between pressing tab. You switch between one mode and the other, and when you are in tab mode, your left and right mouse buttons are acting differently, right? So after that, we would like to, what we would like to do, we would like to have yeah, bind left click to attack and right click to parry or block, right? They should be done though. I mean, would be nice if we could do it based on the items that I have in my hands, right? So change animation based on weapons I have equipped, because that is kind of the trick, you know. I cannot. Okay, I'll remove it. Okay, so these are the current missions. I think these are the current missions that come to my mind, right? Do we need a picture? I would like to have a picture. I would like to have a picture. Do we have a picture of someone fighting? I don't know if we do, but anyway, we can take. There are some swords here. We can take this one. This one I like. Okay. So we will have this picture as here in the background. Yep. Okay. So this is our current mission. So enable combat mode with tab. I will show you, but it's basically done. It's something that we did already, and it's very simple at the moment. I mean, it's not too fancy, but this one is basically done. And yeah, so let's go with the next one, which is import some shields into Unreal Engine. So one thing that I did, I extracted some of the old, let me close this, some of the old items, some of the old shields that we have. We actually have a number, and I exported them into FBX, which is the format that Unreal should digest. Now, what I need to do, I think I need to create, so we have a weapon tab, okay, we have a things tab, okay, thanks. I think I would like to keep the same structure that we have in the old game. So things as actually a folder which is called shields, and inside shields we have all the shields. This is what it was in the old one. So let me see if I can import somehow this FBX. So it's asking me if I want to import skeletal mesh, no. Generic collision, okay. Mesh lot group, okay. By the way, how is my microphone? How is my microphone today? Because since I installed Windows 10, for some reason, Windows removed the noise reduction controls on the microphone, and so I listened to the last streams, and the noise was very, very high. Now I enable it again. I think I fixed it. So there should be less noise in the microphone. Can you tell me if it's any better? I mean, if there is less background noise. Okay, it's working okay? Good, thank you. So, we don't want to import skeletal mesh. Not generic collision, yes. Vertex color, blah blah blah. All of this, I think we can leave it. Import normal, yes. Import translation, nothing. Uniform scale. Now, I don't remember if here I was having 100 to scale it up, but we will see it very quickly. For now, let's say import all. No smoothing group found. Okay, we don't care about this. So imported the round shield, yes. Imported a material. Imported a normal map and imported a texture. Okay. So I think it imported it fine. Now we have also additional textures. So this is called round shield 01 ABC. Fine. So let's try to go here and let's see if I switch this double X. If I remove the double X and I add a shield, which should now be seen. Yeah, the side seems to be okay. Consider that there is a very good feature in Unreal that we didn't have in the old engine, at least not by default, which is the fact that the sockets on which we are attaching the items are automatically automatically have a scale factor. So if I want, I can change the scaling of this socket. And at the moment, so for example, if I attach it to the other socket, you will see that it's much smaller because I have, if I do add preview and I add the shield, right, you will see that is much smaller. Why is much smaller? Because that's the shield for a smaller character, right? Because I didn't scale up this hand socket by purpose. But if I go here and I change this number from 1 to 1.5 and then 1.5 and 1.5, the same, then it will become exactly the same. Now we can even go more than this, you know, so we can scale it as much as we want, but I think that doing some tests, it should be fine with the current character. It should be fine at 1.5. Should be okay. What happened? Something bad happened. I pressed something and something bad happened. Like the socket is not anymore where I want it to be. The end moved a bit. Why? No idea. Maybe I can avoid saving it, but for some reason it seems that the hand socket, well, maybe it's just the end socket that moved. It moved down a bit. It's possible. Maybe I moved it down like this without willing to do being okay. I don't know. Seems to be okay to me. So if I go into mesh mode, and for some reason you see it's keeping the old item. I don't know why. I think that is kind of a mistake. Yeah, it doesn't look proper. So we will have to tweak a bit the rotation and also the positioning. But that's something that we can do easily from the blueprint. So I don't want to rotate it even if let me think about it, because if we those were not correct already at the beginning. Let me detach this. If I remove it from here, you see they go away, but for some reason if I remove it, if I go back to the mesh, you see it's still like this. I don't know if there is a kind of a refresh or whatever, but I don't see it. I think it keeps the old one, the old items, until you open and close it again. And it continues to add those items into the preview. I don't know, maybe a bug of this version, but it's only on the preview, so it's not a problem. So what I've seen is that if I attach a weapon, and maybe let's try to attach a weapon which has a direction. So for example, I think the Falcon is pretty good because it really shows the front, you see, and the rotation is completely wrong. So the rotation is very wrong. So we need to rotate this thing, and we want to rotate it, let's say 90 degrees to this side. Is that okay? We can check it in the mesh. No, we can check it in the animation. Well, you see that every tab has a different set of items. Like now, this one has the Falcon on, this one has the axe on, and still the old shield there, and this one is missing the axe and only has the two shields. I don't know. I think that the persistency between those layers is really not working okay. It's true that those are only preview assets, but maybe let me try to save this and close it and open it again and see what happens. Okay, so now I closed all of those. If we go under character, cran, and we open the base rig, I guess. No, the animation blue, well, it's the same because one goes to the other anyway. So yeah, now this one seems to be okay, and yeah, when you open it and close it, is then okay. Okay, does it look fine? Well, it looks slightly rotated. It looks it's not exactly at the center. Why am I going so fast? It looks like it's not exactly centered into the end of the character, so maybe. And also from the top, it seems that it's a bit more to the side. I mean, the vertical orientation seems to be fine. Yeah, the vertical orientation seems to be fine, but it still seems to be like 10 degrees off on that side, and to me it seems also to be a bit off here in the vertical, right? So maybe we can move it back. And we should test with different, obviously we should test with different items, because not all the items are the same shape. So it seems to me that is a bit too much to the front, even if compared to the thumb it seems to be okay. Let's try to move it just a bit to the back, not much, but just a bit, okay? And let's try to rotate it slightly like this. Yes. Let me see. I don't know now if he's taking the new position, right? Doesn't seem so. Seems I have to save it, and then I have to reopen it. Seems that that's the way it kind of works. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it's a bit better. It's a bit better. Also, the overall rotation is a bit better. It still seems to be a bit at the back. I mean, too much forward, you know. It's like inside a inside a finger, but think it's kind of fine. Let me try to see now if we put the shield and we want the shield in the left hand. In the left hand, we need to scale the I really want to scale the sides as well, so it will be 1.5, and I want to attach here preview shield. Okay, I want to attach this. Now this one is particularly fucked up. The reason is that I think that our shields are centered a bit wrongly, so they are centered in 0, 0, 0 as well. So I think we need to do this by code because if I move it, I mean I could move it up, okay? So easily I could move it up. So let's move it up just to show you. I could do this and whatever and this, right? And so it will look more reasonable. And then when I save it and I go into animation, it doesn't keep it for any reason. I need to close it. Okay. I don't know why I need to close it, but I need to close it. And okay. And now, yes, now it's, well, the rotation is a bit off. But I think it's okay. I mean, it's kind of fine. It's kind of fine. The problem is that if I leave it like this, look what happens if I switch them. You know, if I do that, the left hand is using the shield and the right hand is using the falcon. So if I do it that way, I think everything will mess up. Why? Because we are using different rotations. So let me go right hand shield and left hand falcon. Right, so if I try to do it now, well, I have to save as usual, close it, and open it. But yeah, you see now, so he's holding the falcon like if it was a shield, you know. So that's a problem, and he's holding the shield like if it was a weapon of some kind. So it's like punching you with that shield. So why this? Well, simply because the shield and the weapon are oriented differently. They have a different orientation of 90 degrees. Plus, one stays more at the side of the hand or outside. Let's say on the outside of the hand, and the weapon is staying on the inside. So we cannot change the sockets, but we can decide the relative position of these two items in the blueprint, right? So we need to know if this is a shield or if it's a weapon, and also we need to know potentially if it's a one hand or two hand weapon, and based on that we do different things, you know. We do different things. So this should happen in our character blueprint when we do the equip, right? The equip of an item, which is happening here. At the moment, unfortunately, we don't have this information. So this information, we just know the name of the mesh, but we don't know if it's a weapon or a shield. We have no idea. But we need this information, right? Because based on that, we will decide the orientation. And I don't think there is a way for us to do it here in the preview, right? I think we will have to test it in game, because in the preview it doesn't know that this one is a shield. He has no idea. So what do we want to do? I think, let me so I think I did I advertise on IRC? No. You will hear a bit of ding ding ding, but don't worry, everything is fine. I just logged in. I should probably remove that sound, but okay. Let me just copy paste what I pasted on Twitter or on Facebook. So I tell everyone who I see as well that we are streaming. Okay, good. So yes, we need to pass on this information, right? We need to pass this information of the type of item. Now, which kind of items? Let me think about it. At least shield and weapon, I think we have to. Now, I think we also need to pass on a kind of a one-hand or two-handed, because the animation will change completely. The animation will be different if it's a one-hand weapon or a two-hand weapon. So now, where is that piece of code? That piece of code is should be here where we equip and unequip. Yes, send out equipment message. I think it's this one. Send out equipment message, which is inside character manager. Okay, so yes, so now in terms of variables, we are telling the actor, the slot, the mesh, and all this stuff. I think we need to add one more, right? We need to add one more, which is two-handed, or maybe two more. One-handed, two-handed, and shield, no shield, shield or weapon. Well, based on the slot, we know if he's not an helm. Yeah, based on the slot, we know if it's an helm or if it's a cloak or if it's an armor, but we don't know if what we are putting in the hands is a shield or a. Now the question is, do we want to pass in the transform directly, or do we want to send out the information and then change the transform on the blueprint side? That's a very good question. I think that for now, all the graphical part I think should be done in Unreal, and it can be done on the client side. So I don't think we need to pass the transform. I think we can pass the I think we can pass in the information if it's a shield or not. Now, how do we want to do it? Do we want to have like item type, maybe something like that? And I think item type is already inside our object. Let me check. In our item, if I check our PS item, it's possible that we already have, yeah, get item type. No, it's not this one. I would like to see if we already have an identifier. Get slot count, count items, get item index. Transformations, item quality, flags. I think we have it in flags. For sure we have it in flags. Yeah, I think we can just pass in the flags maybe. Because the flags are telling us, let me go in the database, but I think those flags, yeah. For example, we have a flag for both hands, you see? And we have a flag for left hand, right hand. We have a flag for mind. So these kind of flags are already available. We should also have one for helm, no? I think we should. I don't know if there is one here at the moment. there is this one. Yes, helm. Yes, helm is another identifier. So I think it should be fine. We can pass, or we can get this information from here and then let me see how do we manipulate these flags, but I'm pretty sure that we are. Let me go into PS item and see how we manipulate it so that we can current document. Yes, we should already have a few, like parse item flags. Okay, this one is parsing a string, so I don't want to parse it again because we did it already. So I just want to access this, and even if I don't see, for example, helm, probably there are more here. Seems not. Crafter, guild, flag unique. Let me just search for helm. Okay. In all open documents, and exactly in this case, there should be an helm distinction. There it is. Valid slots. Okay, so it's putting it into another. It's putting into another variable, which is called valid slots. Okay. And we are in PS item stats. Let me check if then we have something written in this. Because I think that I don't have this enumeration already converted to Unreal, and so I don't think I can do the check client side in my blueprints that this item is actually one of these flags. But you see here that there are a number of functions already available, like is consumable, is melee weapon, is both hand weapon, right? Can transform, is stackable, is writable, is readable. So for us it will be the things that we need both hands, this one we need, and also we need the fact if it's a shield or not. But the fact if it's a shield, I think we have no way then reading it from the category type. That would be bad though, but because it would be some hard coding, but because I don't think there is a flag that is telling us if this item is a shield. I don't think so. I don't even know if we have shields in the dummy database. Probably not. Ah, yes. We have a round shield. Now, actually, there is a flag called shield. Okay, that is very good. So there is a flag called shield. So let me just save this one. So we want to when we send out the equipment message, we want to get we want to have a boolean. Maybe we can just have a boolean for now, right? Having a boolean which is so slot. We can have this get is both hands weapon, so that we understand if we have to change the animation when we equip it. And this one I think will be on item And then I want to say where is shield used. PS item stat shield. Yeah, get is shield. Perfect. So we have already also this one. Okay. So I think we can send out those two information and we will be fine. Now we have to change a few things though, because this method keep item, which is in Planeship player controller, we have to change because he has less parameters than what we originally planned. Right? So we need to add here. Hello, Dre. Welcome. We need to add here bull is shield and bull is bot hands. Right? So that we have these two things as well. Now these two things we move them inside our Planeship player controller. Keep items. So just after the slot we have these two new variables, and so here we are going to call is shield and is both hands. No, I didn't check. Let me see, because I was a bit busy today, so I didn't check the files that you sent me. I didn't, unfortunately, but I can check now. At least if I received those. I didn't have much time really to do anything else, so I was only working. But we check. You sent it yesterday, right? Yeah. Yes, Blender. Here it is. Blender charts. I found it. Blender charts is loading the message. I think this one could be big. Are there some dummy animations I can put into the I can put into Unreal? I mean, are those already available? But I can check it. I can check it for sure. Even if now maybe I can use just dummy animations, but I think very soon we will need to, we need to have the real ones, very soon. So now I pass in these two new data, and now I need to change this into my PS character. Right? So after the slot, we want to have these two new variables, and I will make them exactly like all the others. I still have to understand why I need to pass them this way, but it's fine. So we pass in those two thingies like this, and I don't remember if for the boolean we needed the and, but since we don't, okay. And then okay, now yes, now we have to recompile our. I have to close the editor, and I need to recompile. Now it wants me to save a bunch of stuff. I think we should save it though. Yeah, now we should save all of this. The import of the shield anyway was fine. Seems to be kind of okay. So let me recompile this and see if we get those two new flags on the client side. And then basically, based on if we receive a shield, or if we receive a weapon, or if we receive a a two-handed weapon, we are gonna change the usage of the sockets and also the animation, by the way. And I don't know if for the two-handed, I have the feeling we have to do something a bit special. So not having a socket, but having a kind of a retarget. So having a kind of a socket to socket match, so that the weapon has the socket on itself telling where it should be, where is the grip, where you put your hands, and so that then you have your hands going sticking to the right place. I think that is probably what we want, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But we will do, say, two-handed weapons later on, so it's not a problem. Okay. I think he didn't like some of the declarations. I think he didn't like some of our declarations. I don't know if it's the fact that on the bool I don't need the address, or is because it doesn't like bool when moving things from. No, I should like bool because we used it already. The animations that I need, well, I need a shield block. I need a shield block. Now the point is, what if the character is putting the shield on the right hand? Maybe we can prevent that. We can avoid, because if he's like left-handed, he could decide to put the shield on the right and the weapon on the left. And in this case, our animation will be like mirrored. Right? But maybe we can just force him to force him to keep it on the right side. Maybe that would be better. I would need yes, just the shield block, I think, at this point. Okay, it's been successfully compiled, so we have this function, so we can delete the DLL and launch our editor again. And in the editor now we will find these two new parameters as soon as this compiles. So we have to wait a second for that. Is compiling, boys, and meanwhile I was reading some other stuff. It's compiling. Okay. Starting up. Now let's see if we have the two new parameters. I think we will, hopefully. Okay, so if we go in our character blueprint, yes, it is. We have these two new parameters, which are two new booleans, which we should mirror also in this function here. So I will add a new variable and calling it is shield. I want to place it in the same position just for a matter of consistency. So it's before a keep mesh. Okay. And then another one which is called is bot hands, and also this one we move it up. Okay, so they are in the same order. This one we just connect from one side to the other, and so here we have them. Okay, nice. So here the point is I did some tests on this stuff, but I think where we need to plug in our logic is here, is this relative transform. So is this relative transform. So I think, I'm not sure if we want to do it here, but for now we do it here. We will have to do a kind of a branch, you know, if we are attaching or detaching. Maybe, you know, we can call another method, because this one is starting to become a bit messy. Or not. Well, we can expand the right side as much as we want. We have enough space, but let's say that this is the attach code, right? That is the code related to the attach. So we have to attach a new item, and this one is this one above here is the detach. So when I have to remove, right? Let me just get some more space. Okay. That is the detach. So when we have to remove the weapon from our hands. We will also need to know if it, well, yeah. Because we are deriving from the slot the fact if it's a weapon. So here basically we have 0 is equal to right hand, and 1 can I go the second line, and 1 is left hand, right? But then we will have others. We will have helm, I think, and some other locations, and like the cloak. I mean, we will have some other locations for sure. This is what we are managing now. So the two sockets should be exactly specular, exactly the same location, but then we will change it we will change it here. So we will say something like if it's a shield, you know, if it's a shield, then we want to do something different. Well, if we are detaching, we don't care because we don't care. But if we are actually equipping the item, we want to, right? We want to do two different things. So I think we want to set this into a variable. Yes, it is what we want to do. So we want to have a variable which is called item transform, and this item transform will be of type transform. Okay, and I would like to set this one to this, and this one I think I can do it exactly here, right? So I will have two different transforms, one if it's a shield and another transform if it's a normal weapon. So if it's not a shield, I think our transform is exactly like this, so no scale, no rotation, and no specific location, right? So I think it will be perfectly fine. If it's a shield, then we want to do something different. If it's a shield, if it's a shield, then I want to make a transform which looks like, let's try it now. I don't know exactly how I have to do it at the moment, but it should be, well, we should go slightly outside like we said, so the location we'll have to move. I think we can take a reference here, right? The point is that now I think I have the two sockets which are not anymore equal to each other, and that's a problem. But because let me say 1.5 relative rotation, I think I would like to bring it back to rotation 0, 0, 0, so exactly like it was before, and the same for the left the left hand. I want to let me just have to do something on the other PC. I have to log in and do an update. Because an update is required. Okay. Okay, so I'm closing a million windows, but I need to do this. Okay. Okay. So what I was saying, I'm back. So we want to also reset the rotation of this one. Yes, so we want them to have exactly the same rotation. Now, in terms of position, relative location, if I put it back to 0, what happens? It goes here. And if I put this one back to 0, where does it go? It goes there. So now everything is 0, 0, 0. Are they in the same spot? Yeah, they seems to be in the same spot. So assuming they are in the same spot, so I'm not 100% sure, but I assume they are. What I can do, I can move them exactly of the same amount, right? So we move them, for example, to the left on the x-axis. But when I move it like this, it's also moving the y for some reason. Because the character is not exactly in the right thing. Okay, anyway, I mean, if it's not perfect, I'm fine. So let's move it. Let's say 16 on the x and 5. No. And -3. Right, it seems kind of center now. -3 on the z. Seems kind of the center, no? Maybe not. How was it? 0 was 0. No, I think 0 is okay. So let's do just 16 in that direction. So now let's do it for this one. And we will move it at this point -16, right? No, 16. Okay, it's the same. Yes, relative to the same. Okay, let's leave it like this. Okay, so even if it's not perfect, then we will tweak it as we go. It's a bit in the middle of the hand, actually. I think we have to move the z down. Because it's too much inside the hand. Yeah, we have to move this one. This one is what? Is the y, sorry, the y. So we have to move the y like -5. Yes, -5 looks good to me. Yeah, so it's pretty much in the middle. So we move also this other one to -5 in the y. Okay, so that the two are exactly in the same spot. Now maybe another thing we want to do, we want to rotate 90 degrees, because you see that the weapon is pointing up, while we want the weapon to be pointing out, right? Which would be forward when then the puts the end back. So I think we need to rotate this. Let me see which is the right axis. No, it's the z-axis probably. Yes. So we need to rotate that -90. -90. Okay. I will do the same here, even if for the shield obviously will not be correct, but I will do the same. So rotation -90. And let me see what happens if I attach the falcon. Yes, it's pointing out. It's not perfect in terms of, but it's okay. For now it's okay. So the two sockets have the same relative position and the same relative rotation and such. So I think we are good. Should adjust all character model to be at the rest T-pose. Well, yes, all characters usually have the T-pose and then they are animated. That is what happens. In which pose you have them? I think I gave it to you in the T-pose, no? I'm not 100% sure, but I think I gave you all the characters in the T-pose. But you should definitely rig them in the T-pose. If you rig them not in the T-pose, it will never work, because you will get a lot of stretching. Let's say that the T-pose is the best middle ground, between stretching your arms up and stretching your arms down and arching your body and whatever. So 3 or so were in relaxed poses. I think I will have to extract them again, because I mean, if we want to do a clean rig, we should do it all in the T-pose, because if they have the ends down and then you try to, okay, you can adjust them. Yeah, but if you rig them and then adjust them, I think it's messing up with the shoulder. I think the shoulder will be in bad shape, but let's see. Okay. So what I was saying, yes, we have our two sockets. So now what we need to do, we need to we need sorry, I got distracted. We need to, yes, to just rotate it here, based on the fact if it's a shield or not. Okay, so if it's a weapon, we use this transform, which is basically no transform. If it's a shield, right, if it's a shield, then the question is, what do we want to do? We want to rotate, we want to rotate the socket, the right hand, so the left hand socket. Did I place the shield in the wrong hand? Yeah, I think I did, right? Because for the character, that's the right hand, yes. Okay, so I need the opposite, exactly the opposite. But anyway, so I need to put it on the left hand, which is this one. Okay. So I need to rotate the left hand socket. Let me see how much. Let me delete this, add back my shield, and oops. Add back my shield, and I will have to rotate exactly to 0. So the Z instead of being minus 90, the Z will be rotated plus 90. Right? So I need to rotate. I need to rotate the Z 90 degrees. Right? Now I hope it keeps the scale. I hope it keeps the scale of the socket, and so it is getting added on top of the scale of the socket. I really hope so, otherwise it will be a mess. But okay, so having done that, then both of this goes here, and this one will use our item transform as an input, right? That we just set. That we have just set. So all of this can go down here, I think. And all of this can go like down here, or well, can also stay here, it's fine. Okay, so if it's a shield, then we rotate 90 degrees. If it's not a shield, now I think I want to do a bit more though. I don't want just to rotate, but I also want to move, like we said, the item a bit to the outside. I want to move it a bit to the outside. Now how much? Good question. So if this becomes 0, I want to move the item on the Y of, let's say, 15. Wow, no, it's too much. 5, it's too much. Yeah, so it was minus 5, so we move it 5 up, roughly, and we can do 8, but let's move it 5 up. So we change the Z, we change the Y. We change the Y to be location Y to be plus 5. Okay. We do +5. But I think anyway, it's right. Those characters have been designed in the T-pose. I'm 100% sure. I mean, those characters have to be designed in the T-pose. I don't think they designed it in a different pose. Can you tell me which are the characters? Because if you start from another pose, you will already have some triangles which are stretched. In particular, the armpit. The armpit will be extremely stretched, and whatever you do to try to put it back into place, it will be a mess, I tell you. Or you change the geometry, so or you let's say stretch it up and then delete the rig, keep the mesh, adjust the mesh, and after you adjusted the mesh, you rig it again. Or otherwise, I think we will start bad and then we will have problem forever, you know. So, and I think it's a bad idea. We want to start good and never have problems. Okay. Okay, I think that's okay. So let me try to see. So okay, we have this. Now, do we have at least one item in the database which is a shield? Yes, we said yes, which is the round shield, right? Is the round shield having the right thing is here? No. So I think we need to change this the same way we change, for example, the battle axe, right? We had the static mesh. Okay, perfect. So we have static mesh and material. Static mesh and texture. Material or texture? I have no idea. Double X 02C. Double X. Double X 02C. I think the material is not working anyway. 02C matte. Yeah, material is not working there. So we still have a problem that we cannot set the material. I don't know why, but the static mesh seems not to like the change of a texture. Is by default taking the default texture. That is something that we have to fix, but at the moment we don't care. We will have to fix it though very soon, otherwise but anyway, so let's go under thing shield. So we have these shields now, and so we want to take the static mesh. We do copy reference here, and so we have exactly the string that we need, and we put it in mesh. Which one it is? The one in the middle. Okay, we put it in mesh. So here I will change this with this, and then okay, in GFX texture I can do it anyway, but I don't think it will make any difference. I will put my material. Okay, so we also have the material set now, so I will do apply and save. So this will be saved, okay, in the database. Now we'll be able to spawn a round shield. Yes, I think I will be able to. A round shield. What should I do next? I think it's okay. I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine. What was that blip blip? No idea. Again, it's a friend of mine that is willing. He's suggesting me what coffee machine I have to buy. Okay, the funny thing is that I don't drink coffee. It's fine. Okay, so okay, so we have this. Now, what happens if I launch it? Let me check. So let's try to test this and see if we are missing any pieces, okay? So server side, we should be fine with the declaration of the texture and mesh. So the first thing we will try to do is to drop a shield on the ground and see if when we drop it on the ground we see the proper 3D model. Okay, we're gonna place where this fountain is not super annoying. Okay, let's go here. Okay, and also let me just override the daylight. Okay. So I want to drop a shield. So I want to spawn a shield. So to spawn a shield, I do /item quotes round shield. Right? Boom, I have it. Okay, I don't have an icon. It's fine. Let's drop it. Nice. Okay, so the setting worked okay. Now we need to see. Okay, so this is an actual model, proper model, right? So now if I put it in my left hand, which is here, yeah, it seems to work okay. I don't have an easy way to look at me from the outside, but it looks like he placed it, rotated, and slightly above the hand, which was what I wanted, right? I think it kind of worked. Okay, let me see if I put it on the right hand, and on the right hand, obviously, it will be wrong, right? It will not be correct. Yes. Okay, so the rotation works. The rotation in the code works, you see. In the right hand, this item is now. We may decide to do it anyway. Actually, now that I'm thinking, we are doing it anyway. I think the problem is 90 versus minus 90. No, are we doing it anyway? Bot slots? Yes, I think we are. I mean, slot. Yeah, in theory, we are rotating it. In theory, we are rotating it anyway. Then something is not working. In theory, we should be rotating it anyway. Why? Let me see if I equip a weapon. Okay, so let me take a falcon, put it on. Falcon looks good. Unfortunately, the camera is not that great, so I cannot. Falcon looks good and looks centered into my hands. Let me see if I put it on the other end. No, no. Something is not working, boys. Something is not working. Why? I mean, yes, no, I mean, he's working on this end in the sense that he rotated it. Yeah, he rotated it 90 degrees. Yes, he rotated 90 degrees anyway, right? He rotated 90 degrees anyway, and he moved it a bit outside of the hand. But it's like if this check, then is not, this is shield is not working as we want. This is shield it seems that it's not working as expected. Let me print out the matrix. I don't know. I'm a bit surprised. There is something not working. Okay. There's something not working. I mean, I'm happy that I see the items on the end of the character. That's good. That's what we wanted. So if I put, let's say, if I put the falcon here and the shield there, they look perfectly okay. Right? And if I go into combat mode, which is tab, yeah. Let's see, it looks okay. It looks okay, right? But so I mean, we can even leave it like this. But the problem is that it was supposed to. I'm a bit surprised that why. I'm a bit surprised about this. It looks like our sockets are rotated anyway, but it's not true. Our sockets are not rotated anyway. Unless I didn't save this, and the rotation is doing nothing, which would be a problem. I didn't save it. Okay, I think it worked. Didn't load it yet. Let me see. Yes, anyways, well, if you tell me which ones, I think I can go back and, but for now, maybe let's, I mean, try to do the ones that are in the T-pose, okay, so just avoid the others. Avoid the others. I mean, I don't want you to do the work on 12 characters now, right? So, I think that the one that you have in the T-pose are more than enough, so there is enough stuff, you know, to... Okay, so if I put the weapon on the left, it looks okay. If I put the weapon on the right, now it looks okay as well. Okay, okay, I think it's working now. If I put the shield on the left, it looks okay. If I put the shield on the right, it looks okay. We did it, boys! Okay, so it seems, I mean, the angle is not perfect, I have to say, so we need to, yeah, we need to rotate it a bit, but we can have some additional rotation. If I could see my character from a better angle. I mean, for sure it rotated. I don't know if we moved 5 centimeters up. Yes, probably it did. I think he moved 5 centimeters up, but maybe we can move 10 instead of only 5, and we can rotate a bit on this other axis, because otherwise you see the shield is going through his arm. So, but anyway, I mean, apart from tweaking the numbers, which we can do anytime, the system seems to work okay, right? The system seems to work okay. Also, even if you don't notice, but is scaling the objects. How can I show you? I will show you. Like, this one is the normal weapon, I think. Is it visible? Fuck this camera angle. This camera angle is so annoying. Well, maybe you cannot see it, but the axe is actually scaled 1.5. I cannot see it because it's a stupid camera angle. I cannot change it. maybe like this. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but the axe is scaled 1.5, so it's slightly bigger. It's like you see that the black part is longer here, so it's bigger. And so when we will keep it like on a dwarf or on an elf, you can change the scale of the socket, and so it will scale properly, right? Which I think is very good. Which I think is very good. Okay, that's pretty nice. I like it. I like it. So let's try to import other shields, okay? Because we have a few imported, but I think we can. I have imported only one for now, right? But I think we can import all the others. So first thing I want to import are the skins, the other skins for this shield, because actually we have a few. So we have shield A, which is I think the one that we just saw. Yes. Then I have shield B and C. So also these two I should import. Right? And this will be RAM shield 01B and RAM shield 01C. Right. Do we have the normal maps for the other two? No, we don't, for whatever reason. Okay. Then we have shield 02, which is a different shield, which we want to import as well. And which is this one, which looks pretty cool as well, right? This one. This one has its own texture, its own normal map, and also the texture, right? Also the texture, which is a collection of these other two things, and the mesh. Now, Shield 02 also has three different skins, like this one. And 02B, 02, well, 02B we had already. No. 02B, 02C. 02C is the one that we had already. Okay. So we miss 02A. Yes, which is this one. Okay. Nice. So we have also those. Yeah, and the fact that they are importing so smoothly is because I had prepared those shields, and so we can import them so smoothly. Okay, but obviously it required some work. It required some work. Yeah, we have more shield. They are all the ones that are already present in plan shift, so it's not new shields, meaning that you never saw these shields, because I think you saw them already in the current plan shift, but at least we have them in Unreal. Now the next one is shield 01A, which is this guy. Skeletal mesh? Why found a skeletal mesh? Oh my god. No! What is this? Animations? This shield is animated? I cannot believe it. What is the animation of this? What does it mean animated? It's not animated. Okay, there was some keyframe I think, and so I decided to. So all of this will have to be deleted. I need to import it without skeletal animation. Yeah. So let me try to import it again and just remove skeletal mesh. Okay, now it's better. So this shield is this one. Looks pretty fancy to me. I like it a lot. I mean, the texture these days is a bit old, you know, it's a bit low resolution, but it's still very nice concept and nice texture, so I like it. So shield 01, yes, shield 01A. Now all these objects will have to be renamed, I think, because we had a nomenclature, right? We decided to have a kind of a nomenclature. So the actual mesh is just the name, and then you have underscore mat and underscore t for the texture. Wow. So we will have to change all of those. So like this one will have to be 01A underscore mat because it's the material, and this one the same, and this one the same. And then for the textures, actually we want to have like underscore t. This is how we decided to do it. And for the actual mesh, I will remove 01 ABC. Right? It will just be 01. So in this case, we have to change it in the database. Otherwise, we will not. We will not be able to catch it again. So it is a texture, so it will be underscore t. All these are underscore t, all these are underscore t. Yeah, it's a bit of a work, man. But anyway. It's getting a bit crazy with the Subversion integration, because since it's integrated in Subversion, he has to change all the names. Even if I didn't check it in yet, but it's doing some work in the background. Okay, so we also have this shield in now. Now what do we want? Now we want shield 02. Actually, shield 02 is missing a texture. We don't have a texture for it. I think no, it's not shield 02. I think it's shield 03. I don't have a texture. No? What the hell? I don't remember. Anyway, there is shield 01. Let's import shield 02. Shield 02. Yeah, it's slightly different shape. So this one will become shield 02, and this one will become shield 02A underscore T, and this will become shield, come on, shield 02A underscore mat. Now we also have a 2B, which I don't know if it's correct. Yes, I think it is. Which is this one, right? Which is this one. and this one will become 02b underscore t. Okay. Now. Yeah, I converted them all, so we have all the shields. Now 03. 03, I don't remember what is it, but 03. There is one for which we don't have a texture. Yeah, 03 looks pretty much like 02, with the difference that the back is modeled in 3D. But I don't know. I don't know if we really need this, but okay. Anyway, we have it, so let's keep it in. Let's keep it in. Then we have spike shields. Spike shield 01 A and B. Spike shield. Spike shield is this one. This one also is very cool. I like it. And this one has to be renamed to Spike Shield 01. His texture becomes underscore T, and his material becomes underscore matte. Okay. Now we also have another texture, which is the texture number, the texture B, right? Which is different from this one. Yes. So we have 01B. Okay. Underscore T, which has the red center and is a bit more metallic on the sides. Okay. Then we have Spike Shield 02A. Probably this one is the one we miss in the texture. Yes. This one is the one we are mixing the texture. So if any of you wants to design this texture, please go on. Because we are missing it. We don't have it. We have just this green, not green, sorry, this gray texture, which is just outlining the, yeah, you know, the different UV. So just has the UV there, but it's not a texture. It's not painted. And the shield looks like this. Is slightly different from the previous one because I think he has the spikes are a bit, yeah, the spikes are a bit more evident. Then we have spike shield number 3. Spike shield number 3. Yes. Crap, this one also had some animation. I need to remove it. Okay. Spike shield number 3, we have to put it in without skeletal, yeah, without skeletal mesh. Okay. Is this one? So this becomes 03. This becomes 03A underscore T. And this becomes underscore matte. And for this one we have only one texture, Yes, we have only one texture. And the shield looks like this. Looks like this. And the last one is 04. So this one becomes 04. 04 underscore T and 04 underscore max. Okay. Nice. These are all the shields we have at the moment. And it would be nice to define some of those in the database so that we can use them. So maybe we can get a fancy one, you know, like this one with spikes. Maybe which one we like the most? This one with a lot of spikes. Yeah, let's try this one. So this one is, let me copy the reference. So we put into the database. Obviously it's not a round shield anymore, but let's say we don't care at the moment. And the material is this one. We will have then to define all of them, right? We'll have to define all of this properly into the database. Yeah. I don't know if they are using the normal map, but we will add the normal map as well. Okay, so now if we launch the game again, and since we added all this stuff, we should be able to see our round shield. Now is no more a round shield, is a spiked one. I just want to see if it looks okay and if it keeps okay. Okay. Let me just see. Yeah, we have the problem that when you start, the items are not on your character, right? One thing I wanted to test if another character can see my items, because actually I'm broadcasting that. So let's do it immediately because I want to be sure that this works. Because actually the messages for keeping an item are broadcasted to all the other clients, obviously. So when you equip a weapon, all the players around you see that, because it is what we want. So let me. So this guy will be our viewer. Right, and this guy has no items. Where is the other guy? Where's the other guy? He's hiding somewhere. Let me go to the other client. What do you mean? You're hiding it? Okay, so we go here in front of this guy. We go in front of this guy, right? And we want to equip something. We want to see if the other guy sees it. Yes, the fountain is there. Nice. Very nice. So the broadcasting is working okay. It is a good news. Now our round shield, and now also we can see it a bit better. Yeah, our round shield is this one. We still have the problem of the position, so that the position is not perfect, unfortunately. But so we have to rotate it slightly, and but I think it's okay. Let me see if this guy goes into combat mode. Ah, fuck! The combat mode is not. The combat mode is not replicated. It's not. Yeah. 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 It's okay. Yeah, I know. I know it's not. I know it's not. Because it's only client side. The tab at the moment is only client side. So you see, with one client I go in combat mode like this, but the other client doesn't see it. It still sees me standing, you know, normally, standing normally. And if I move, wait a second, let me put the two windows. One next to the other. Yeah, if I'm this guy and I go in, combat mode, you see, it's not replicating on the other side, because at the moment it is only on the client, so obviously it's not. But if I move, then I say moving properly. The problem is that I just don't see the replication of the right animation stance yet, but we will fix it. Okay, we will fix it, and you will see the other guy in the right position. Okay, but this is very good. So this part works, the shield work, the rotation in the hand work is pretty nice. If I remove an item, the item should disappear immediately on the other side. Let me check, but I think that's the way it is. So if I remove my shield, the shield goes away. Remove my falcon, the falcon... Oops. The falcon didn't go away. Well, actually, it didn't go away. It didn't go away also from my... I know why. I know why. Because at the moment I have only one item set. I think I know why. I have only one item at the moment, which is which we are keeping track of. Yeah, current item in right hand. We need to keep track also of the other one, so we can properly keep it visually. Okay, we have to do this now, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine, boys. I think it's fine. It's working okay. Aren't you excited it's working okay? You can finally keep a weapon and a shield. I mean, your chances to kill anything dramatically increased in the last half an hour. Dramatically increased. Okay. Yeah, I want to fix the left and right. So at the moment we are storing only current item in right hand, which is a bit stupid. We need to switch. I think the easiest is if we do this at the end. Yes, we should do this after the switch. So if we do it here, I think will be better. Now let's try to avoid messing up because it's already complex enough. So let's try to avoid messing up. So the current item in right hand should be this value. Get static man, right? Is that value? No, it's not that value. Is this value? Add static mesh component. So this one should go here, and in the same way, this one should go here. Okay. Then the output of this goes inside target. Okay. Fine. While the parent one goes here, right? Okay. So now we are storing. Yeah, sorry, a bit stupid because I didn't change the variable name, but I will do it. Don't worry, don't worry. I will do it. So this goes here. So this one we don't need anymore, right? Now we need another variable, which is current item in left hand. Current item. Where do I have it? I should have a variable here, right? I don't see it. Current item in left hand. Why these are not alphabetically ordered, by the way? I see current actor, but it's under components for some reason. Why is under components? I don't want it in components. It goes automatically there. Even if I change it, probably because it's a component. Okay, anyway. I mean, for me, it's just a variable, but it's fine. So we need to duplicate this one, and will be current item in left hand, right? Current item in left hand, and this one we want to set as well. Set and set. So the input is this, and the output is, where does it go? In target, huh? Okay. Now the problem is that when we are de-equipping, so when we are removing the weapon, we have the same problem. So we should detach right hand or left hand based on the message we receive. So I think we need exactly the same here. We need exactly the same here. We need the same switch. If it's right hand, we do this. If it's left hand, we do the other one. We do a similar to this, just with the other hand. So right hand, left hand. The graph is a bit messy, but if you want, I can remove this printout. Now that it's working okay, I think the printout can go. So we'll make the graph slightly simpler. This two can go away. Also, these printouts, well, this one maybe we can keep it because we will use it when we are sending a shield. I think we will have the same question when the helm, not the shield. We are sending the helm. I think we will have the same question. Yeah, the graph is a bit of a mess. I don't know how to improve it actually. I mean, it's kind of messy. don't know what to do. I think it's okay for now. You can make it as specular as possible so that it is a bit nicer to see, but still it will be messy. Okay. Okay, good. So let's test if it works and if he properly de-equips the left and right hands, and then maybe we move on to something else. I didn't connect this. Okay, 0 is right hand, 1 is left hand. Okay, should be fine. It's very good that he's adding the transform on top of the socket. This allows us to do so much, so it's very, very good. I really like it. Really like the way they did it. And also the scale that you can apply to the socket is so good. It's so good. Okay. So it was not working on me as well, so I don't need another client. I think it's enough to just see if my character is keeping or not keeping these items, right? So if I put the falcon here, I see it. If I put the shield here, I see it. If I remove the falcon, is removing it. If I remove the shield, is removing it. Okay, so it seems to work okay. Let's try to switch from left to right hand. So I have the falcon here in the left, in the right. I put it on the other side. Yes, it goes away from here and goes there. It goes there. It goes there. I put the shield here. It works. I try to switch the two. Okay, even switching the two works okay. I'm amazed. I'm amazed of our code. If I put it in the middle, okay, drop it there. Okay, fine. So it works fine. We only have a small issue of rotation. You know that we have to tweak a bit values so that the shield it looks a bit more natural. But apart from that, it's perfectly fine. I don't know which angle is that. Is one of the two other rotations, right? No, maybe it's the same rotation, which is not 90 degrees, but is a bit less. You want to fix it now? I mean, we can try. We can just angle it. We can just angle it a bit more so it looks more natural. The problem is, will it be the same for all the characters, or each character will have its own transformation? But anyway, even if that's the case, what we can do, we can have a small data table, and in the data table we just connect, you know, these values. We just have these values, and then we check based on the race or on the model, which are what is the rotation, right? Keep an item based on type of item. It rotates accordingly. Okay. Okay, I think it's fine. What do we have in our mission? I don't remember. So enable combat mode tab, we said that is done. The only problem is that this is not replicated, right? I think we should mention it. So, oops. Not yet replicated. So this one not yet replicated is done, but we will have to replicate it somehow, someday. Import some shields. Well, we did better. We imported all the shields. Not just some. We imported all the ones that we have in the old plan shift. So we imported, sorry, not some. We imported all shields. Ah. Ah. Can you read it? I don't know if you can read it. Okay. Import all shields. Then equip a shield, equip a weapon, driven server side. Done, boys. Totally done. Now we need to import some helms and equip a helm. This will be interesting. Import some helms and equip an helm. Okay, let me check. I have to go on another PC. And I have to check. And I have to check which kind of helms we have today. Okay. 72. No, this one is 36. 36 is not enough. 48. Okay. Wait like 2 minutes. Then I'm trying to do the conversion on the other PC, and I will be back. So we want some elms. Well, I will take one for now. Okay. So we I took the one of the alien male because I think is the one that is more standard in terms of size. Now I need to check. So under helms, I think the textures are a bit fucked up, but I have to split. The problem is that now I have to split it, right? Because all these helms are all in one file. Are all in one file. Blender or Blender? What's the difference? Or Blender? Blender or Blender or Blender? This one is under Blender. And this one, where is it? Is under. They're in different places actually. No, but I think they point to the same one. Yeah, they point to the same one actually. Should be the same. Uh, 268A. Why? I think this one is an older version now. 268A. 1 second, because I need to check why. We should have, in theory, the latest version, right? What's the problem? He said that he found some viruses. I don't know, boys. Okay. I understand. Okay, so I wanted 279. Can I copy paste the full Blender into, or we can install it? Can we install it? Because I would like to work with the latest one. I don't want to work with a different version. And I think that here on this PC, for some reason, I still have an older Blender, but in theory, 268A. Why is 268A if when I search Blender I say 279 something? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I downloaded it and I never installed it, and I still install an old version. Could be. Actually, it says 279. No, wait, it's not 279. Is sorry, 1 second. Blender 279. Yeah, it says 279. Why when I launch it, it says 268? It's very interesting. 279. There it is. Maybe it's not the latest, but it's the same one that I have on the other PC. So I would like this one. Okay, so I maybe there is another one available, but yes, I would like to use this one. Okay, so this was when I was importing the steps. Yeah, so what I want to do, I want to open, and the problem is that yes, is here. Is just not here, but here. No, no, no. We need to import. We don't need to open. We need to import. So let me check. Yeah, this one is the right light. Yes. So this one we can delete, or we can leave. We want to import FBX. Exactly. We want to import this helm. How did he know it? How do we jump exactly in this directory? I have no idea. Kind of interesting. Okay, we can delete the stuff. Now, you will say, what the hell is this helm? Looks very, very weird. Well, yeah, because it's not one helm, but is multiple helms, as you can see. So what we need to do, I think we need to export selected in different FBX for each one. And also I don't want to have the head of the alien behind, so this one I think we can delete. I think we can delete. There should be nothing else. I think it should be fine. I think it should be fine. So can we export selected? Export FBX. I think that is the way to say that you want to export only what is selected. Main geometry animation selected objects. So this way it should export only the selected objects, right? Now we are in a stupid place. We are in the wrong drive. No, I don't want to go here. I want to go. Where do we want to export this? No, we want to export it into another place because I want to keep all the files in the same place. So we have to do it. We have to do it. One second, because I'm trying to find the right place. The right place is here, I think. Let me see if I can copy paste it here. Okay. So helms. Now, now I will need to know the name of the helm. Because each of the helms has a specific name. Oh my god. The name of the helm. That's a very good question. I think I need to cancel this. The name of the helm should be okay, helm 01. Okay, we click on helm 01. So 01, 02, 03, 04, 05. I think there are 5 helms. So by chance I clicked on the first one. So we do again export FBX selected only, and we export here and we call it helm 01. Okay, helm 01.fbx. Okay, export. Go. Then we click on 02. we do the same, export FBX selected only, and we call it 02. Okay, then we click on 03. Selected only, yes. 03, and we do export. Then 04. Always selected only. 04, and then 05. Export FBX 05. Okay. Okay, so now we exported all from Blender to whatever, to FBX. Now I would like to see if I go here. If I go here and I go under, so helms are actually inside things helms, just to be sure that we keep always the same structure. Right, and here I would like to import helm 01, 02 up to 05. So helm 01, no skeletal mesh. It seems it kind of worked. It seems it kind of worked. Ouch, geometry. Ouch, geometry. There is the freaking double face in. Okay. It didn't export well. Let me see if we have the same problem in. It didn't work, boys. It did not work, unfortunately. Okay, let me re-import. Let me delete all of those. So that was 01, right? Let me delete all the others. Yeah, it's fucked up here as well because we have a problem in the face normals. Okay, how did I fix this the other time? I think I just unified the remove double face, unified normals, and exported it again. Probably. So let me remove this. Let me import FBX M01. Okay, so now we have only this. I remember there was, yeah, is a problem of the normals which are not unified. 1 second, I'm trying to fix it. Okay, let me see. Let me see. I try to fix it in the export, and I want to see if now it imports again. Okay, so let's just delete this. Let's just delete it and import again the same file which I just modified. Yes, looks definitely better. Yes, the inside. I don't know if we have an inside or not. I have no idea if we have an inside, but potentially not because there is the face of the character, so we don't have an inside. Yes, we don't. We don't have also in the original model. We don't have the inside of this, so I will leave it like that. But like this is much better now. The texture is a bit fucked up on this side. I don't know why. Do you see it? I don't know if it's always been like that, but it seems to me that the texture on the sides is like I don't know why here is black. It's like if the UV map is not really good. Now I don't know if it's like this, if it was like this already in the original model, but it looks a bit fucked up to tell you the truth. Now I don't want to fix it completely now, but hello Zenne. Yeah, we are working on not on modeling but on importing these models because we want to import the model into Unreal. We already imported some shields with success. Now I was trying to import also all the elms because we want to see all the elms in Unreal, and but I'm having some issue with the elms, so I'm trying to fix it. Unfortunately, I have it on another PC, but just wait me a second. I try to fix it and see. Sorry, I had to I had to manually weld all the vertices of this model because there are some vertices here which are actually not welded properly, so they are like separate faces. I don't know why. So I fixed it. So let me see if re-importing it again is any better. Import f also in01. Yes, it looks okay now. Okay, it was a bit of work, but at least we have it correct, right? I don't know if in game is actually broken or not, but those vertices were completely off. So this helm01 is good. So this one now it should import okay in Unreal. Let's see. So let's go again under helms and let's take now the new FBX. The new FBX. What is it? Helm01 FBX. Yes, this one. Import all, yes. Okay, let me see if it's fine now. Yes, it is fine. It is fine. It doesn't have the inside, but that's just how the model is, you know, because there is the face of the character here and it's covering the whole. I mean, we were in that time where polygons were actually, I mean, where polygons were important, you know, the number of polygons were important, so we were trying to optimize as much as we could, and so we removed that. So, but it's fine. So this means that yes, if you see it on the ground, will not have the inside, but it's okay. Okay, fine. So this one, I think we can say that we succeeded to import properly, and all of this we can add to SVN. The only thing we need to just rename. So this will be helm01a underscore mat, and this one will be helm01a underscore t, just to keep our naming convention. Okay, now let's see what happens with the second one, because the first one was very messed up, really messed up. I hope it's not messed up even more. I'm using OBS. Yes, I'm using OBS. You see it. You can see it. You can see it here. I'm using this version. I don't know. I'm using this version. 21.1.0. Okay. So let's try to import another one. Okay. helm02, and let's see if I have to do a lot of work on it or not. It's not working. Okay. Okay. Let me see if this one is better. Looks okay. It looks kind of okay. Is there the speed of movement in this? Because there is a speed of movement in the other one, but I don't see it in this one. Okay. Anyway, it looks okay to me. This one I think we can keep as it is. Okay, good. Approved. This one is fine. So helm02, helm02a underscore mat. No, underscore t. This one is the texture. And helm02a underscore mat. Okay. Nice. Now helm03. 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 Is there a way that I can just change the light so that it looks like daylight all the time and not this freaking darkness. Lit, unlit. Okay, unlit is perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Yeah, looks very good. It's still a nice texture if you think about it. It's been created like 10 years ago or more. So yeah, still looks like okay. I mean, not great, obviously, but because like where the horns are is definitely stretched. The texture is definitely stretched, but I think it's okay. Okay, this one is approved as well. So helm 3a underscore t helm 03a underscore mat. Okay, nice. Then these two should go in SBN as well. Yes. Okay, now helm 04. Helm 04. Helm 04. We are missing the texture. No, oh, no, is it? He's using the same texture as Helm 03. Oh, okay, that's why. It's basically the same as the previous one, just without the horns. And so it's using the same, exactly the same texture. Okay, fine. This one looks good. So we just change this to be helm 03a underscore, no, 04a underscore mat and helm 04, and he's using the same texture of 03. Okay, and it is fine. Now the last one is helm 05. Hopefully this one will work okay as well. Just 01 gave us some problem. Let's see this one. Helm 05. I think it's okay. I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, good. This one is good as well. So it becomes helm 05, and the texture is a weird name. Is helm 02. Why did I don't know? It's just named wrong. This helm 05, and this one is also helm 05a underscore mat. Okay, so now they all have the right names and stuff. So okay, so we have the elms in. Very nice. Now we have some elms in. Now the problem is that we need to create the socket on the head of our character, because otherwise we will not be able to attach it, right? And also we need to create in the database. I think we don't have a helm. No, we don't have a helm. We don't have a helm. It's very strange though. This is the dummy database, but usually the dummy database had everything we needed to test all the functionalities of the game. So I'm surprised there is no helm here. I'm kind of surprised. We can add a new one. I mean, we can add it. It's not a problem. Because the only one that has helm in the properties is this one, which is base cloths, but it's not what we want. It is the only one that goes into the valid slot helm. So I don't recall. Well, I recall that with elms we had a lot of issues because they needed to be scaled by character and it was not possible. So we had a lot of. So I don't know if we did it differently. Let me check maybe 1 second in production. Our elms are named because it's strange that we don't. It's strange that we don't have it. It's strange that we don't have it. I need to go in production, but well, I can go also from here. If I go on the other window, it should be fine. It should be fine. Okay, so what I want to see if we have. So if I do a select star, select, what do I want to do? I want to see if a valid slot is equal to helm, right? So I want to see if I have select count. Let's do select count from item stats where valid slots equal like helm. Yeah, we have 63, so definitely. Okay, definitely. So let's do select star and limit 2. Because if I do limit 1, I think I will get. Okay. Yes, full Spangenhelm, like this one. I'm on another video, so you cannot see it, but it's okay. Bulk helm, left hand, armor stackable. Yes. Yes. So let me say select name. Let's take a real helm and put it into the database, okay? So for example, the horned elm, right? Horned elm as ID. What is the ID of horned elm? Is horned elm. What is it? Is 474. ID 474. So let's do a select star. Where ID is where ID equal to 474. Wow, that's a lot of data. Select star is always a bit weird. Okay, so but basically, okay, we can add it here. We can add it to our database. It will be the same as the one in production, and it will be ID 474. That is B. That is horned helm. The weight is 5 for whatever reason. The direction is 100. The size is 9. The container max size is 0. The container is 0. Okay, and here we have bulk, helm, left hand, right hand. So these are deciding in which slots you can put it, okay? And it is armor and stackable. Okay, then decay rate 0.10. Item skill is 9, which I guess is the elm skill. -1, -1. Oops. Item bonus. What is this? No idea. Item bonus, agility and strength. Okay. And 0. So this is a special arm. It gives you some bonuses of some kind. 670, 670. Then the mage slash is 55555. Weapon speed is 1. Weapon penetration is 0. All the rest is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 until here. Okay, here we will have to put string mesh. We'll have to put the one that we have in Unreal actually. So we will have to put, so let's take this one, okay, the nicest one obviously. So this is the, yeah, so copy reference. This will be the mesh. Icon, icon is a good idea. Icon, at the moment we have this in the database, so I will copy it from the database. Then we have the texture. Okay, the texture we can put it from Unreal is actually this one. So copy reference. I know it's a bit painful to do it manually, but at the moment we don't have another way. We don't have another smarter way. So now valid slot, blah blah blah. The rest I think I don't care. The rest is all empty. Then armor category is 3B. And category is 30. What is this? The price? 5,550. Oh my god, this guy costs a lot. Item type armor. I hope it doesn't have any requirements. Come on. Well, he has some requirements, so we skip it. All the rest it can be null. All the rest can be null. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, null, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Animation. Animation. No. Empty. And description. Hornet helm. And sound, no sound. And quality 50. We have a lot of fields in this freaking database. And this one should be -1, 2, and yes. Okay, I think we are done. Okay, good. We apply and we apply. Okay, so we have our helm defined, right? We have our helm defined in database. Okay. For some reason I disconnected from the chat and reconnected. No idea why. Okay, so now what? Now we have this. Now that we have this in the database, we can go in game and spawn it, but then we need to add a new socket on our character, right? We need to add a new socket to our crime character, in particular to the skeleton, because sockets are added to the skeleton. And where do we add it? We add it connected to the head. To the head. Where is the head? I have no idea. Shoulder, 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 spine, 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 head. There it is, head. I think we can attach it to this one. There is a control head. No, we don't care. There is a head. This one, head. Head. We want to. You say it's what it's looking at. We want to attach it here. So how do I do it? I just right click and I say add socket, and we will call it head socket. I think head socket is fine. Maybe we can use the same name that we had in the past, so we are not confusing each other. What were the socket names? Where were the socket names? How do I see it? Very good question. Where do I see the socket names that we had in the previous version? Assuming we were storing in the repository the models uncompressed, I think I can go inside the repository and check it. Characters, the Armorian. There is the Cal3D directly, CMF. But this one, I don't remember. To CMF Cal3D. Cal3D, I cannot open it, right? I don't think so. I don't think I can open the Cal3D. Yes, I can. I can. So there should be sockets at the end. There it is. So the sockets were called helm, right hand, left hand, right arm, and left arm. Look at this. Okay, let's copy this for a second and let's put it here. And this was also the mesh to attach it to, but I don't think we really need it. Also all these other text we don't need, but these ones I may save because maybe we name maybe then we name everything this way. Let me put it in our mission here somewhere. 22. Wow. I want it black and not underlined. Okay, good. Okay, so we have it here. So this one is called helm. I think we can keep it as helm. So instead of head socket, we call it helm. Okay. Now we can attach an item, a preview asset as a helm. So we can select our horned helm and see what happens. Oh shit. It's not exactly right. It's not exactly right, boys, huh? So we need to rotate our socket for sure. I would rotate it 90 degrees. Well, I don't even know. It seems that we need to rotate it like 90 degrees here and probably minus 90 here. No way. Okay, minus 90 like this. Okay, so it's minus 90 and 9. So it has to be rotated this way. Now it should still be centered on the head, just being rotated. Now the problem that we have, you see, this was the helm for the head of the Ilian male. So it's extremely small. On Ekran it's super small. So let me increase by 1.5, 1.5, 1.5 and see if that's enough. But that's definitely not enough. Even if it's a bit low on the head, so we should go maybe Y10. No, it's not Y. Z10. Well, Z10 seems to be good anyway, but I think what I wanted to do, I wanted this one. Yes, exactly. So a bit higher, but it has to be bigger anyway, way bigger. So let's try with 2. Okay, 2 seems to be better. It's just that we have to move it forward, and forward is the Z for whatever reason because we rotated it. So let's do a 10 forward. 10 forward. It's too much. I think it should be maximum 5 forward. Yes, 5 forward seems okay. I don't know if this is still a bit small, but yeah, the top of the head is going out of the helm. You see, The top of the head is going out, so we need to make it a bit bigger, or we need to move it up. Even if down, I like it, but okay, let's go up a bit, like up 5. No, it's too much. Up 3. No, it's too much because the eyes have to. No, I think well, up 2 I think is still okay, but up 1. There's still a small piece of that coming out. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's make it 2.1. Okay, this is 2.1. 2.1 looks okay. It's a very big helm, by the way. It's huge, but I don't think we have other ways. Does it look okay to you? I think it looks okay. It's a very big helm. I mean, it's a huge helm, but I think it's okay. Okay, so what does it mean? It means that our socket now is centered properly. Is centered properly for this character, right? And now let's try to switch helm and to see if the other helms are working, because that's the test we need to do. So we tried with helm number 3. Now if we add another helm, let's say number 1, it becomes pretty big though. We may redesign. It becomes very big on the side, and the fact we don't have the inside geometry is punishing us quite a bit here. Because if we have to do a scaling by helm, it will be impossible, you know. I think it's simply too big. It's simply, you know, too big for the head. So we cannot go that big because you say it's like staying on the side. I mean, we did it because that one was not fitting, but it's not working like this. It's too big. It's too big. Yeah, but that's true. We don't have to scale it. We don't have to scale it evenly. We don't have to scale it evenly. We can scale it, you know, on one direction more and another direction less. So like this, for example, now is, let me see if I can make the camera move a bit slower, otherwise I'm getting motion sickness. Like this seems to be better. You know, we scaled only the top, the vertical, so it looks to be better and is more fitting. So let me see if changing helm, the first one was very bad. I may add the internal geometry, by the way. I may add the internal geometry because it looks very bad without internal geometry. Do we have it like this in the current plane shift? Do we have it without the internal geometry? I think we do, huh? Because I don't like it. But I think scale like this is okay. It's much better because it's fitting more. It's more fitting, right? So I think we can do it like this. Let's try all the other ones. Like, well, this one is just a similar one. Yeah, I think it fits okay. Fits very well. It's fine. Looks a bit like a rugby player, but okay. The shoulder muscles, yes, I think so. But it's okay if we have some, you know, if we have some collisions, I don't really care. Okay, so let's say that we have it. Okay, so we have the socket positioned properly, and we have our helm socket. Now the problem is, how do we know that we are keeping an helm? Well, we know it because one of the slots is one of the slots is like left hand, right hand, and all of that stuff. Oh, what is this thing? There are other flags. Let me search right hand 1 second, and we will find it. Yes. Yes. So. Come on, IntelliSense, you can do it. Okay, here it is. Slot helm. No, but it's not this one, right? Is this the one that we are receiving? I'm not 100% sure of this. I don't think so. I think it was 0 for right hand and 1 for left hand. Keep item. Keep item, a keep item, a keep item, keep item, keep item. Keep item. We are passing in slot. Slot is coming from here, which is coming from here. Slot, which is an inventory slot number. Ah, okay, no, it's different. Is this inventory slot number? Actually, okay. So right hand 0, helm is number 5. Perfect. So helm is number 5. So in this mess, we need to expand it even more and check when the ID is number 5, we are receiving in helm, and so we have to do yeah, this graph is becoming kind of crazy, but yes, we need to do this. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. So when it's 5, there is the detach. Maybe we should make a function. We should make this a function, and because otherwise is a mess. Let's make kit. I think we can from here down make it a function. So we take this and we collapse to function, and we call the function, keep. A keep item, a keep. I call it a keep item, a keep. Okay, so even if it's a bit like this, and then let me see what we need. Do we need anything else? No, we only need these values and these values. Okay, and then we need to create a new variable then, which will be current item on helm. Current item helm. Okay. Current item helm has to be of type static mesh component, right? And so we get it here. We do a get, and when it's number 5, we have to detach. Okay. Now this was the easy one because it's the, did I call it a kid? Fuck it. That is the D kid. Can I rename it? Yes, D kid. Okay, D kid. So this should be fine. Now we need the same for the equip, but I will split it in another graph as well because otherwise it's too much of a mess. So all of this all of this and this becomes a function. So collapse to function, collapsing to function failed. Collapsing to function failed. Why? Because you need an input. You need this target as an input. I know. I cannot do it. Okay, so we have to do it manually. Okay, fine. We do it manually. So plus function. We call it a keep item a keep. And this one, we need a parameter. No, we need multiple parameters. We need actor, slot, and a keep mesh. We need actor, slot, and a keep mesh. So new variable, actor, slot, and a keep mesh. Now a keep mesh was a string, a slot was an integer, and actor, I'm not sure if it was an actor or a PS character blueprint or whatever. Actor was a PS character object reference. Okay. So this one is a PS character object reference. Okay. So now we can take all of this, and I hope I don't do any mistakes in copy paste, otherwise it will be a kind of a mess. Because I will lose all these lines. I will lose all these lines. You know what? I will do a copy instead of a cut, so we can attach. So we can copy. We can look at the logic and see how it was. So this branch, where it was connected, this branch was connected to, so it is the first thing that it does. So this one can be, I can remove it, and it is the first thing that it does. And then what we have connections to this target, which is actually our actor. So the connection here is our actor. Okay. Then we and I can disconnect it from here, so I know that I did it. Then we have a keep mesh, which is connected here to path. Keep mesh, which is connected to path. Okay. Then, and I disconnect this. Then what I have a target mesh, which is connected to actor. Target mesh, which is connected to actor. Okay. And so I can disconnect. And what else? And then I also have this one. I have slot, which is going into selection. I have slot, which is going into selection. Okay. Okay. Do I have everything else? Do I have everything else connected? Seems, yeah. No, I have this condition which is not connected. In this condition, I don't have it connected. What is it? Ah, it's coming from his shield, so I also need this variable. Which is called his shield and it's a boolean. Now his shield was just after slot. Okay. And his shield should go here. Okay. Good. I think we have it all now. I think I can delete it from the other side and just call that function. Keep item keep. So it goes here. It just seems to be the opposite though. Anyway, probably because a keep is 0 and the keep is 1. Okay, yeah, but it's fine. So actor, slot, is shield, a keep mesh, Okay, so now we only have these two, so it's a bit better, and all the rest we can delete. So all of this we ported on the other side, so we can delete. Okay, so now this becomes a bit cleaner, right? Becomes way cleaner. We just have our printf here, but we will remove it soon. Okay, fine. So now we added the keep for the shield, but we need to add the keep for the shield, right? We need to add this. So how do we do it? We need to add up to 5 here, and then we need to set the current helm item. So we will do this, and the current helm item has to come from here, and then we need to attach it. Well, it's pretty simple at the end. I mean, attaching it to the character when you created the socket is just this function. It's just this single function here. And I just need to say that I want it to be attached to the helm socket, and that's it. So parent is this one. Okay. I think moving it here was a good idea because it's already messy like this. Imagine inside that other thing. Parent is this one. Yes. Okay, I think it should work. Let's try. Yeah, we will improve the models, and we will improve the textures, and we will improve a lot of stuff. Okay, so I know the graphics are not, let's say, really great, but consider that are models and textures that have been made more than 10 years ago. In certain cases, they've been made 15 years ago. So, and some texture even before that. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. So you would say, but at that time computers were not existing. No. At that time computers were existing. I tell you. You think they were not, but because you're young, but in reality they were existing already. Can I log in? No? Doesn't want me to. Sometimes the server is getting stuck. It happened to me a few times already. That the server is getting stuck into a loop, and also I know where, because there is a piece of the code in and the server side is searching for a path which is still old one, which is seeking a position inside the region, and that piece of code is creating an infinite loop. And so when that happens, the client cannot connect. It seems that our server is crashing actually. Oh, I think we may have a problem. Something is not compiling, or something is not. I think we have a problem. Let me go check. A real server, what happened? Yes, it's crashing. It's crashing. Inside set match state. Why is crashing? Because it's trying to load our new item, but category 30 doesn't exist. Okay. Category 30 doesn't exist because if I go under item categories, which I should have somewhere, yes, I think I have it here. Item categories, yes, 30 doesn't exist. What was 30? Let me check. Select star from item categories where ID equal 30. Unknown column ID. Come on. Okay, it's category ID. Okay. Armor helms. Okay. Okay. We create it. It's no problem. Why not? It's not a problem to create a category. Item stat repair tool 462. Okay, we can avoid this one because otherwise we start to say that then 462 doesn't exist. You know? Okay, I think it should be fine. There was an error. Incorrect value for column in the standard by row 1. Man is null. I mean, okay. Okay, he liked it now. He wanted it to be null. That's okay. Okay, let's see if the server starts now. Then I have to go, unfortunately. It's starting to be late, boys. But I think we made good progress, very good progress tonight. Very happy about that. Yeah, we will use the LOD for sure. We will use the level of detail on the new character models, and yeah, for sure. And the current model can be the low version of it. Yes. So at least we have the lowest LOD available. We can even pretend that we did it by purpose, you know. Okay. Our cranny cran. So we want a new item, which is horned helm. Let's see if we can get it. Boom. Let's see if this helm has a model. Yes, he has a model. I don't know why it's so much into the. Come on, knights, not now. This model is pretty much into the thingy, but it is because it's 000 is yeah. So when dropping helms and dropping other stuff, we will have to, because you see, since it's 000 is in the middle of my head, so we can change it. We can change it and move the socket, or move the because it stays a bit on the in the ground, right? But now we need to test. So I want to put this into the head slot, which I don't know exactly which one is it, but I guess it's this one. I don't think it happens. I mean, I don't think it works. I think something bad happens. It says Orned Helm doesn't fit into that slot. Okay, maybe it's not this slot, maybe it's this slot. Look at this! Oh my god, it's so big. This helm is huge. Maybe it's too big, you see, we have a lot of space on the back. Oh my god. This guy looks menacing. I mean, it's wow. I mean, he still has a tip of his head coming out of the helm, by the way, but maybe we can move the helm a bit to the back and make it slightly less. Anyway, I mean, we will sort it out, you know, later on. I mean, we can improve the graphics, we can improve the helms, but the point is that it works. The point is that it works, boys. And now you will say, but yeah, success. But you will say, but will another character sees this? That's a very good question. And what I can say is that when he logs in, he will not see it, but when we will equip it, he will see it. So if I log in with another client, yeah, maybe it can be a unique NPC, yes. Could be. Yeah, but it works, so it's pretty cool that it works. Very, very nice. So if we log in with another character, so yeah, when he logs in, he doesn't see it yet, because I didn't replicate the items and the other stuff yet. And I mean, to the other client, so the loading is not working, okay, and I know it's not working, so it's okay. But if this guy removes it and puts it back, now we see it. Hello, man. Hello, man. Nice helm. Can you give it to me? Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it. Give it. Give it to me. No. Okay. So in the same way, you will see when he keeps weapons and such. But the loading of the character at the moment is not working. Like it's not working in the character selection. As you have seen in the character selection, I had no helm, and I had no helm because yes, we didn't load it. We are not loading it. But if I put on a weapon, you know, the weapon will pop up. You say, yeah. See, my weapon is dead, and if I put on a what is the shield? The shield is here. If I put on the shield, it will save. Very nice. So yeah, the result of today is that we are able to equip all this stuff. We are able to equip weapons, shields, and helms. Wow. It was easier than I thought, boys. It's easier than I thought. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look really menacing, right? I would not mess with this guy at all. Look at the shield. I mean, if by any chance you fell on that shield, I mean, you're dead. You're dead, boys. Yes, I need to broadcast. So In the same way, so for the people on YouTube that are confused about me answering questions, is because Zenil is on Twitch and he's asking me questions. So yeah, the question is how do we fix the fact that on load we load the right items, right? Yes, we need to broadcast it properly. So at the moment we are broadcasting to all other clients only when we equip or de-equip. So specifically when we do, you know, the action of moving from our inventory to to our inventory to a slot like this, right? So when we do like this, we broadcast the change. But for example, we don't broadcast the fact that we go in combat mode. You see that we are in combat mode here, and I'm going combat mode and exiting from combat mode. Blue, 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 blue. But here nothing changes because also this one is not broadcasted. So it's just a matter of selecting. I mean, it's just a matter of broadcasting what we want to broadcast. Okay, and as a default, it stays on the client, but we, except for movement, which obviously is broadcasted automatically, but the rest is not. So we need to do it. We can do it. So let's just update quickly our mission. So we imported some helms. Yay! Done. Yay! We keep an helm scaled by the specific character model to fit. Perfectly done. And bind left click to attack. No, this one we didn't do yet. That's a good one, but we didn't do this yet. Then the next mission will be to load. I don't know if I want to do this mission before the other one. I'm unsure, but I would like to do mission. What is the right character? 28? No, 36. 36. Oops. I would like to do. So the other mission is to enable load of equipped items on char load, on character loading, so that we, we see it immediately, because at the moment we don't see it immediately. We see it only when we do. So this will be another mission. I don't know if you want to do the one above first or this one. Probably this one is more important to me. Probably we do this first and then we do the attack thingy. Yes, I think I will do it this way. I think I will do it this way because I want to see my character properly loaded, you know. Yeah, that one, and then we will do this one. Okay, boys, I think that's all for today. We made very good progress. Very happy about that, and we will see each other tomorrow evening, I think, unless I want to do something else, but I don't think so, because I'm having fun in doing this and we are making good progress, and so I'm motivated to continue. So let's see tomorrow evening what's happening in my life. I would say nothing as usual, so yes. Yeah, I think I can be here. I think I can be here in the evening. So with this said, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow evening or the next day, but hopefully tomorrow evening. See you, boys. My mic volume is a bit low. Okay, depends when where I'm looking at. If I look this way, probably the microphone is low. If I look this way, probably the microphone is stronger because it's a bit directional. But okay, maybe I will do. I will do. See you, boys.